Morning, guys. I hope you guys are well. It is a very lovely Monday morning today. The weekend was really nice, but it was a very wet and damp weekend, and we had a very chilled weekend. We went to Margo on the Saturday. We went to the Meadows, which is like a really nice like green belt in Edinburgh, where it's a beautiful park and you get to see the views of Arthur's Seat and the crags, even though I can see it right there, but it's just kind of nice in the distance. And there's like, if you've been to Edinburgh and you know the area, then you know that Morningside and Bruntsfield are like a really nice area with lots of coffee shops and places to eat and shop, and they have really nice like vintage shops and little gift shops and things like that. So it is nice to kind of walk around in. And we stopped at Margo, which is a coffee shop. We always kind of get takeaway coffee from there, but we never sat in. And this time they had space, so we sat in, and it was just a really nice experience. I always enjoy a cup of coffee when I'm sitting in and drinking the cup of coffee, then walking around with it. It just doesn't taste the same to me. And Margo does do an amazing flat white, so nice. I prefer like strong coffee, but their coffee is like really smooth, but you can really taste it. It's really lovely, because sometimes with some places you can taste more milk than you can the actual coffee, where this one was really nice. It was like, it wasn't like a strong hit of coffee, but you can definitely taste it, and it was lovely. And I could have had another cup of coffee. I think I would be to have the shakes, obviously, but you know, I stuck to one. I had some focaccia bread, and Sean had a croissant. So really nice. I totally recommend a visit, because it's absolutely worthwhile. So when we were walking around the Meadows, we did stop in front of the Ivy. It is like a hotel bar, and they have the most loveliest Christmas decorations up. They have a beautiful massive tree. So obviously I was taking pictures and taking some footage for you guys, because I always enjoy kind of walking around there. And if you're there in the evening time, it's beautiful because they're all lit up, and it's just a nice little thing to see. Because in Edinburgh, the main place where everybody goes, obviously if you're a tourist, you would just go to the city centre, the Royal Mile, the Christmas markets and that kind of central area. But it's kind of nice not to be in the massive crowds of people and still see decorations. And I always think Morningside and that area and Bruntsfield are always kind of lit up, and there's lots of shops that kind of put lights up and decorations, and it looks very festive. And because it's a kind of small high street, it just feels a little bit more, I don't know, wholesome and comforting when you're walking around. It kind of feels more Christmas to me than kind of, you know, in massive crowds of people and kind of being overwhelmed by everything. So yeah, I massively recommend to go and have a wee wander around that area if you haven't, or if you are planning to visit Edinburgh, then definitely do pop into that area. You will absolutely enjoy it. So Sunday we had a very chilled, quiet day. We took Sabina, our dog, to our usual walking place, which is Queen's Park. And Queen's Park, I've shown you guys so many times in my vlogs. It's just such a beautiful park. You have the beautiful views of Arthur's Seat, the crags, and it doesn't get any more perfect, to be honest. But we just had a wee bit of a wander, a bit of a walk, and I didn't think it could get any more perfect. And then we heard someone playing the bagpipes, and it just made everything seem a little bit more majestic, a little bit more beautiful and mythical. It was just really nice to hear. I do love the bagpipes. I think I might be the rare one to like bagpipes, but I do enjoy hearing them, and especially when you are in Queen's Park and you're surrounded by such beautiful scenery and hills, and to hear the echoing of bagpipes is really, really beautiful. But yeah, we just had a very chilled weekend, and now it's back. Now it's like Monday morning and back to work. We did have a little bit of an issue on the Friday, which I will talk about a little bit later in this vlog, because I think it deserves me sitting down with a a big cup of coffee to go through it because it was a bit of a lot of faff and a lot of things to go through. But the good news is that we finally got our floorboards, which I will show you now, guys. I'm just looking at them right now and they look so beautiful. Let me show you. Here they are. We've got like lots of floorboards lying around the house just because we can't all keep them in one place because they're super heavy. But they're, as you can see the size of them, they're long boards. We just didn't want them to be short. We wanted them to be long. And if I could show you what they look like. Oh, they look so beautiful. They're quite light, but still got a little bit of warmth. And as you can see, detailing as well. Yeah, absolutely lovely. So I kind of got interrupted when I was talking about my floorboards because I just got the shop in. And you know what I thought? I thought I will show you my week's shop because I have been struggling buying things for dinners during the week because I just don't know what to cook anymore. So I just thought, you know what, I will show you guys what I got in my shop. So right now it's just all very messily being laid onto the countertop. So hopefully I can go through it with you guys. So I got 2 salmons by accident. I'm starting to get this one, the Leap Wild one, because it's not farmed. I think this must have been in my basket by accident. But anyway, we've got 2 salmons. Got some chicken, some tuna, got some sweet chili, and oyster sauce as well. I tend to always go for like Japanese, Chinese flavors, Thai flavors. These are kind of flavors I really love, and I do cook a lot with that. I usually have marinate my salmon in sweet chili sauce, a little bit of oyster sauce, soy sauce, and we get that Korean paste, the gochujang as well, which is really lovely when you put it on, and with a bit of garlic when you put it on the salmon. It's amazing. Also love these. I love the gyozas. Needed some flour pack, coriander, mushrooms, and some chilies, avocado, obviously, and lemon, and then on this side, just onions, some chicken for lunches, lettuce, got some sourdough, cereal, and this is kind of my guilty pleasure. I love these kind of ramen noodles. They're just so quick and easy to have for lunch. Got a couple of those. Got frozen prawns. I always tend to get the big ones because they're good for meals. And I got peppers, eggs, coffee, and obviously we need some broccoli. Broccoli is life. And I love courgettes. And some lovely tomatoes. And that is our shop. So guys, I did say I was going to give you a little bit of a story time. I'm going to take a sip first. So it is a bit of a long story. It is, but I just needed to get it off my chest because honestly, the drama that we went through on Friday is just, it was so much. It was really unnecessary and no need for it at all. But here goes. I'm just going to give you a little bit of context. This flooring I saw first in a company called, I think it's called Wooden Flooring Direct in Edinburgh. We have previously ordered flooring from them before and they've delivered it and we had no problems whatsoever. And the guy that works there, who's really nice, really friendly, and when we went this July, when we were looking at flooring, we went to the same company, and this is where I saw the Nordic range, which is this one, and I really loved it and I really wanted it. And he said, in the Edinburgh branch, said that they won't be able to get it until November. And I was like, oh, November is going to be a little bit too late for us because we were moving in September and really And at the time, we really wanted the flooring to be done before we moved in. I know a lot of you guys do like our floors, but there's a lot of damage to them, and we just thought it'd be nice to see like fresh flooring done in the flat. But as the guy said, he wasn't going to be able to get this till November, so we were just like, no, we kind of want it by beginning of September because we're going to get the keys and we would like it done. So we went around trying to search for in other companies for this particular range, and nobody seemed to have it apart from one company, which is called Monster Flooring in Glasgow. And they had it, and they said that they can get it by the beginning of September. And we went, perfect, that's what we want. So we gave a £900 deposit and we were happy. We contacted them again in August, and then they said, it is going to be September, but it's going to be more mid-September. And I think at the time we were moving in by the 15th of September. So we're just like, well, we are moving in the 15th of September. So will it come by that date? And they said, yeah, most likely it will. So we went, fair enough. And then 15th of September arrived and we didn't have any flooring. They said it's not going to arrive till October. So we went, okay, fine. Not great, but we just have to accept it. So we moved in, we were just getting other stuff done, like our living room, and then we just thought maybe actually it kind of works out for us because we're painting and we're plastering and, new flooring with that, all the kind of painting, plastering happening, probably not the best idea. So we just went, right, great. But then we wanted to get radiators done as well, and we just thought actually getting radiators done might also, we need to kind of pull up floorboards, so maybe it's a good thing that we kind of waited. We contacted them in October and they said it's not going to be coming in October anymore, it'll be coming in November, which was annoying because again they didn't give us a specific date. They just said beginning of November. We were getting the radiators done and we kind of really wanted to get the radiators done and then get the flooring done straight after, and they still weren't giving us a date. And then we realized that Monster Flooring is actually the sister company of Flooring Direct, which is in Edinburgh. So we're like, okay, so you guys were never going to get the flooring at all. You were not going to get it till November anyway, because that's what the guy in Edinburgh said. So basically they lied to us. They just wanted a sale, and maybe the guy on the phone just needed that commission or needed that sale or performance review or whatever it is. But that was just really, really annoying because we could have went somewhere else if we knew that we had to wait all this time to get flooring. So we were just like, you know what, the damage is kind of done. We've waited this long, so it's fine. We just need to get a date. And then we kept calling them and then finally gave us a date and they said 5th of December. And I went, right, okay, 5th of December, it's coming. It's a Friday. Me and Sean work from home. It'll be fine. We paid £100 extra for delivery. We also put beading as well in the order, and 5th of December came, but nobody gave us a call. So we're like, it's 11 o'clock and we've not had an email or a phone call or anything about this delivery. And that's just not the usual practice. You should at least get an email or something, a confirmation of some sorts. We called them and then they said, oh, it's definitely going to come in the afternoon. And we went, okay, afternoon. And then it finally did come in the afternoon. And the guy, it was just one guy, and he could imagine this, they're massive floorboards. And we live in a tenement flat. We are on the second floor and we're up 2 flights of stairs. So he brought everything in to the bottom of the stairwell. And then he said he'd help us. Well, Sean was helping. So he said, we can take them upstairs. And then he got a phone call to say that the company had not paid the £100 extra for them to take it up to the door. So he said he was not able to take it up the stairs. And Sean was like, are you kidding me? And he went, no, sorry, we can't take it up the stairs. So poor Sean, my husband, if you don't know who Sean is, had to take these massive floorboards, one by one, there are 38 of them, up 2 flights of stairs. And it took him about 2.5 hours. And he was also working. This was in the afternoon. And he did this for like 2.5 hours. I felt so bad for him. I did try to help, but I felt like I was a hindrance. Like I kept on trying to lift it and I couldn't even, like you'd leave them outside on our floor, and then I would try to drag one of them in, and my God, they were heavy. So for him to go up 2 flights of stairs with that on his shoulder, also he had a hip injury earlier this year that he needed physiotherapy for. So the poor guy, he's just about recovered. He's out of physiotherapy. Now he probably needs to go back. So we've been in this email battle with them ever since. We've called them today and we have emailed them today to be like, no, we need to talk to management because this is beyond a joke, or we're not taking that anymore. So we're now in this kind of email thing chain, and we're hoping for some sort of compensation. Well, I'm hoping for a lot of compensation because it has just been beyond a joke. This has been ongoing since July, and I feel like what happened on Friday was just the icing on the cake. It was just the extra little cherry on top, just the fu in the end. And I was like, what is going on? And we didn't even have somebody, because it was a Friday afternoon, nobody could come and help us because everybody's at work. So imagine like Sean was having, like, we don't want to leave it in the bottom of the stairwell in case somebody takes it, or even though I don't think anyone could steal these, but sorry, but some people can definitely try. So we had to kind of get them all up. So that was the drama that happened on Friday and overall with these floorboards. So I'm hoping once they are laid that they were going to look spectacular and beautiful and worth all that pain. Also, the guy that we have booked in to lay our flooring, we've been also kind of fobbing him off because we keep getting these dates changed and we have to keep changing the dates with him. And he's, I think, a little annoyed with it all, which I don't blame him because we are annoyed how we feel, so we can imagine how he feels. So I'm hoping he doesn't hate us and he is going to reply back, because he hasn't replied yet. And I feel like because it's a Monday morning, well, now afternoon, Mondays are usually quite busy for people. So I'm hoping he does reply back to our messages, and we can get a date sorted. We're hoping in January. So I cannot wait for you guys to see our beautiful new flooring. So guys, it is evening. I have eaten my dinner. I'm halfway through watching an episode of Pennywise, and I'm having a very chilled Monday evening. If you have not been watching the new series of Pennywise, you definitely should. If you're into like horror and gore, this does not hold back. This has a lot of it. It's a really, really good series. I think it's all about the origins of Pennywise and how he came into that town and his whole history. And it's really interesting, and it's really good as well. So definitely a 10 out of 10 for me. But I am just going to call it here, guys. I've made myself a cup of tea. I got a couple of biscuits. I'm just going to have a little bit of a relaxing time. And also I'm glad that I got the whole wooden floorboards fiasco off my chest, because honestly I was so annoyed with them. But it's all done now and I feel a little bit lighter. And hopefully, guys, as usual, you will see me next week, and I will see you then.